the material world by hearing about the glories of Krishna from authorized sources. And we can remember that actually I'm associating with Krishna. Do you all want to move up just a little bit? So here are some nectarian words coming from Haridas Thakur from the Harinam Chintamani to help us fix our mind and determination in the chanting this morning. Lord Chaitanya himself accepted as a fact that through the chanting of the name, all the pastimes of the Lord could be revealed. Next, Haridas considered who is a Vaishnav. That person is called a Vaishnav who takes the holy name in faith and pure intention. And that person is called a semi-Vaishnav who takes the name but with the impurity of Namabhasa. However, by the mercy of Krishna, the semi-Vaishnav gradually becomes a pure Vaishnav. In either case, one must take to the name, for in this material world, there is nothing comparable to it. It is the ultimate treasure in Krishna's storehouse, since it contains within it the whole spiritual realm. The particles of spirit, who are the parts and parcels of Krishna, have in illusion come into this world of dull matter, and the holy name containing all aspects of Krishna and the full power of Krishna has come into this world just to deliver those spirit souls. One should know that everything in the world other than the jiva and the holy name are without substance. Just say back 2 points that you remember. We need 2 points reflected, and then we'll go into chanting. Can we have microphones quick? What did you hear? Just say back what you heard.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Guru Maharaj. This is Danavari. My reflection is whether it's a Namabhasa at the beginning, doesn't matter. It will get purified slowly, gradually, but you have to keep on chanting and keep on going. So that's my one reflection, one thing I heard that I like. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you. One more point?
I really like the point that holy name will reveal all the pastimes of the Lord automatically.
Yes. The Leela is contained in the name of Krishna. It's a great treasure. Everything is available through the holy name. One more bonus point. Go ahead.
What I liked was holy name is of the only essence here. Everything else, Jiva and the holy name are only of
the holy name is what?
Everything. The last point you mentioned, Guraj, that is, holy name is of the only essence in this world. Everything else is of no importance.
Okay.
Or anything else is of no importance.
So nowhere else to go except for right here. Gaur Premanande Haribol. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna. For the next 1 minute, please go into full samadhi on the holy name. Any other thoughts that may have been combining with the chanting, just leave them behind. And for 1 minute, give full attention to every syllable for the Maha Mantra. I'll let you know when the minute's up and what it feels like. Are you ready? Yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. A few more words for guidance from Haridas Thakur. Krishna's names are of two types, primary and secondary. By taking shelter of the primary names, the living entity gets the highest benefit. Those names which are part of the transcendental Leela of the Lord are considered primary names, such as Govinda, Gopal, Rama, Radhanatha, and Hari. Reveal the eternal Leelas of the Lord, and by chanting them, the living entity gets entrance into the spiritual world. The secondary names are those which describe the Lord's functions. The Creator, Paramatma, and Brahman are names for use in karma and jnana-kanda, and give material elevation and liberation. Since the principal names alone give love of Godhead, the devotees accept only the principal names. Just as there are different types of names with different effects, so there are different ways of chanting the name with different effects. The scriptures, of course, declare that if one chants the name of Krishna once, or hears the name of Krishna once, whether it be the pure name or the impure name, the jiva is still delivered from the clutches of the material energy. However, the types of deliverance and the speed of deliverance must be noted. If the name is chanted in Niyamāgraha, impurely, the benefit will come slowly, because the person will eventually attain pure love of God. The abhasa name is considered all auspicious. By the process of Niyamāgraha chanting, sins are gradually destroyed until the name is chanted and heard purely. At that stage of pure chanting, the devotee quickly achieves the goal, pure love of Godhead. There is also the case of chanting or hearing the holy name with more impurity than Niyamāgraha, situated at a greater distance from the pure name. The greater the distance is, the less the effect of the name. Such obstruction or distance from the name, where chanting gives little or no effect, is called aparādha, or offense. The obstruction of vyavadhana, separation, is the mistaken idea that Krishna's name and Krishna are different or separate. In other words, the belief that the absolute truth does not reside in the name, and that therefore chanting the name cannot bring one to the highest realization of truth, is called vyavadhana, or separation. As long as this belief persists, love of God is impossible to attain. So in some ways, Wi-Fi, the farther away you are, and the less you get a connection. So by the pure faith and in the holy name, and having sādhu-saṅga, and chanting the primary names, one can very quickly become advanced. But if our chanting is weak or distracted or influenced by aparādha, covered by offenses, then the process is very slow. And that's dangerous, because there's a way in which I might think, well, it's not working, therefore it's imagination, fifth offense. So Rūpa Gosvāmī says that we have to be careful of this. Niyamāgraha, he said, don't just chant for the sake of chanting without getting a result. In other words, we have some responsibility. Not that, how come the name didn't deliver me? I have to also be eager and attentive and very enthusiastic to chant. And then we'll feel the reciprocation from Krishna, and we'll be able to overcome the fifth offense, or thinking that it's imaginary, and maybe I'll just do something else. I'll read the encyclopedia or something. Just a couple comments, and then we'll do our last chanting. Any reflections?
Maharaj, I like the point when you mentioned that the further you're from the Wi-Fi, the weaker the signal is. So it's pretty practical that we could feel that when we are in a group, close with the sadhus, with the elevated Vaishnavas, the level of chanting, the focus is much higher. So we need to stay close to where the transponder is, the signal is.
Yeah, if you don't have a strong signal, then call in and upgrade. See if you can get an upgrade to a higher level of Wi-Fi in your chanting. Don't have it breaking up. Hey, you're breaking up. A couple more.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I had one point, Prabhu, where you mentioned that it's a reciprocation, because sometimes people ask, oh, if holy name is so powerful, why is it that the success depends on your attention? But what you just read proves that it's, yes, the holy name is powerful, but you have to pay the price, like through your faith, attention, and then we get the total benefit.
It's a very important point. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Samoham sarvabhuteshu nami dveshosti na priya ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mai te teshu chapyaham. I'm equal to everybody. I give everyone an opportunity for whatever facility he or she wants. I don't hate or I'm attracted to any particular person, but ye bhajanti, somebody who leans in and worships me, to that person I'm available. Actually, he says, I'm in that person, now that person's in me. So devotional service is dependent on love and our willingness and openness to give ourselves to Krishna, and then Krishna fully gives himself to us without hesitation. One more. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I was just thinking that the specific names that you mentioned about Govinda, Gopala, so these are all names of Krishna in Vraja. So, it specifically says that we should actually be connecting to these names. So is there a particular reason, Prabhu?
Yeah, because Krishna is a person. Do you have any nicknames? Do you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell them, but is there any reason you have a nickname? Who calls you by a nickname?
My close family members at home.
Is there any reason for that? What's the reason they call you by a nickname?
With a lot more affection, maybe?
There you go. It's all dependent on affection. And so Krishna is a real person. There's real affection. There are those who are very close to him. And if you get on the inner circle and find out what somebody's nickname is, and you're actually allowed to call them by their nickname, then everyone goes, wow, those people are tight. He calls them by his nickname. He doesn't just call them Sir Donald something or other. He calls them, hey, Skippy. So that's the point. It's there's a real world. The real world is where the devotees are living with Krishna in full affection, and we're entering into that world. And the amazing way that we're doing it is by chanting those names that are especially dear to Krishna. It attracts his attention, and it attracts our attention also. Okay, we have a couple more minutes to chant. Gaur Premanande Haribol. Gaur Premanande Haribol. So we just have a couple minutes before greeting of the deities. Back to your point about the chanting of Krishna's nicknames, his intimate names. This is something that's noted in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Rūpa Gosvāmī, Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gortushe Namaha. The great sadhus are all amazed because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just telling everybody. Normally you don't get this insider information, but he's coming out and just giving it to the whole world and saying, here are Krishna's most intimate names, here's what he does in the spiritual world. And everyone's like, can you just go out in the street and tell everybody that? And he has a way of distributing that to everybody. So that's why he says he's the most magnanimous of all avatars. He just broadcasts it everywhere and makes the process available to even people who aren't considered intimate. It's just like, okay, you can enter into this path by following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we're getting the name by his grace through the great devotees that are following in the disciplic succession from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Harinam Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande Haribo, Vancha Kalpatarusha, Kripa Sindhave Vacha Patitanam Bhavani Vaishnavaya.